So naturally in life, I've been through a lot of things, good moments and bad moments, a lot of pain, a lot of trauma. You know, some things, they sting harder than others. So today, I'm literally going to talk about the important life lessons I learned before I reached 20. So you see, one of the most important life lessons I learned was the fact that people come and go. And oftentimes, a goodbye is never really a goodbye. You just won't see it happening. Everyone in this life gets a chance to introduce themselves and say hello, but not everyone gets a chance to say goodbye. And I'd probably say very rare people actually get a chance to say goodbye to someone. And I've always seen them again. It's the people I didn't get to say goodbye to. They're the people which I've never seen again till this day. And it kind of hits because you couldn't even plan for it. At least when you can plan for a goodbye, you can prepare yourself. But knowing that everything's going smoothly and then the last time you see someone, you don't know when it is, it's really weird. It's really weird. It can apply for friends, family, anyone really. Now, case to case, it may be different. You may get lucky sometimes, but what I've learned in this life is that every time I've wanted to say goodbye, I never could. And yeah, that is just how it's been. The second life lesson I learned before I reached 20 was that red flags, they're unavoidable, and more time, you can't really change them. We all have this Superman syndrome at one point in our life where we thought we could change someone, and we thought, yeah, the red flag, it's not too deep. This could have been with a friend, a lover, anything. You saw a red flag in someone, you really thought, okay, it's a little bit serious, but I'm gonna brush this to the side. It's not anything deep. And then that red flag, it only got redder and redder later on, and it just came back to affect you. So when you see red flags, you gotta make a decision whether or not to completely avoid the situation or the person, or to see if you wanna try and change their red flag for them. But oftentimes you just can't. Like, really and truly, if I could tell my younger self something, I'd say don't ever ignore the red flags, and don't ever ignore the signs that you need to leave a situation or just avoid a person, because that's when you'll get into something bad. Like, some people say in this life that ignoring certain things is okay, but I don't think there's some things in this life which can be ignored, because that only leads to a worse and worse place. I actually believe that mentioning things up front and saying it for how it is always going to be better than just brushing it to the side. Addressing it then and there is always going to keep you out of bad situations. Not always. Sometimes you're always going to end up in a bad situation regardless of whatever you do. But red flags, they can't be avoided. Some people, they can change certain things. They can make some adjustments. But overall, if you see something really bad, a lot of the time it can't be adjusted. See, when I was younger, my thing used to be with red flags. It doesn't really affect me if I'm not trying to see anything with this. A red flag can only really affect you if you put yourself in that situation for it to affect you. So it just depends on what you want from the situation. But the last thing, or the last life lesson I learned, was knowing how to let go of anything and anyone at any given moment. Now, this one, it takes a lot of time, and really and truly, you gotta be able to master just being alone if you want to do this, because you can't be letting people go if you could say an issue with being alone. If you always need to be around someone or always need to be in groups, then this is going to be an issue for you. So you need to work on being alone for yourself in order to get past this, because this can't be solved any other way, being content with being alone. Like, there's a lot of power in this one, because if you can let go of anyone who disrespects you or crosses the line even slightly, then they're out your life instantly. There's no if, buts, or maybes. So you kind of keep your respect that way, even though obviously they push the line anyway. But if you allow them to stay around you, even though they push the line, that's when they're going to keep pushing it even more and more. So really and truly, you got to do these things straight away. Otherwise, they're always going to have a negative effect on your life. And like, who really wants to stay there and be disrespected over and over again? But yeah, I need to turn on the camera and record some more, because I was kind of in flow state. Like, obviously I made my 3 points literally like 5 minutes ago. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, it's been your boy Dan Links, aka D Star. Hit the like button, subscribe, share the video. Come on.